Alright, so this kid on TikTok sent me a video saying that Hush, bro. That basically explains how Ben 10 can beat Goku. I don't believe that he can, but today I'm gonna watch the video and see if he actually beats Goku. I'll be debunking all the things that he says in this video because I'm highly educated on Goku feats, and I'm just gonna. I already watched 44 seconds of the video, so we'll do 41. All right, let's go.
Focus on Superman and Goku in this video, as they are obviously the most popular. Tennyson is equipped with.
Oh, and by the way, I'll be using I won't be using Ben 10 anti-feats to debunk these at all. I won't use any anti-feats for Ben 10 just to make the challenge a little bit harder. All right.
The Omnitrix. In Humongosaur's base form, he is strong enough to lift up a Toku Star, which averages about 120 feet tall and weighs between 55,000 and 74,000 pounds. Humongosaur can then sextuple in size, multiplying his strength by 6, making his maximum recorded strength about 444,000.
Okay, obviously Goku absolutely destroys this. He was able to, Goku literally has been punching through universes and tanking existence erasure attacks, so this obviously Goku's much stronger in terms of physical attributes.
Whenever speed is mentioned is XLR8, one of the original 10 aliens in Ben's arsenal. At age 10, Ben's Kinecelerant form can clock up to 500 miles per hour, about 65% of.
I'd say he's about maybe faster than sound, because we can still, as he runs, I'd say he's not as faster than light, because as he runs, you can see a trail of color going behind him, which kind of proves that he's not faster than light, because it still has you could still see him while he runs, but it's much faster than your reaction time, is why he's so deadly.
Speed of.
Alright, so quick update. In the video, it's later confirmed that Accelerate is much faster than the speed of sound and light, so my apologies on that. But Goku is still much faster than that, as he has a measurable speed, as he was able to move even when time was stopped, and he was able to move within an infinite void of pure nothingness. Zeno literally exists, or completely erased the universe from existence itself. Nothing there will ever exist, and nothing can exist there, and Goku was still there, moving freely and walking, which makes his speed automatically immeasurable. But I will later bring up this feat again in the video to prove that Goku is also out-reversal, so stay tuned.
The Ultimate Alien episode, Eye of the Beholder, Ben was able to travel across the galaxy at hyperspeed and stick a perfect landing. He is also able to breathe in space, which, Goku can.
Goku can absolutely breathe in space in higher forms, and I'll prove it to you. Look, you can literally just search up a photo of Goku breathing in space. Goku cannot breathe in the vacuum of space. Look. That's AI overview. I'm not going to be counting that. Look, this is the vacuum of space. This is space, obviously. This is literally Goku breathing in space. Goku had an entire fight in space. And it's literally so easy to debunk the fact that he can't breathe in space. There's multiple videos. Literally the entire Battle of Gods arc was him fighting in space, which is ridiculous. And there was, and he fought in the Tournament of Power, which was located in a dimension, the Void Dimension, which has no concept of space or time within it. So it's literally called the Void Dimension. So I don't think it'd be too far-fetched to say it doesn't have oxygen within it. Well, at least regular human oxygen, and he can most definitely breathe in space, as his father was able to. All of the Saiyans were able to. Here, look, I'll prove it. Saiyans breathing. Here, I'll show you. All of the Saiyans were breathing in space. There we go. Broly was able to breathe in space. Here's the photo of them breathing in space. I mean, obviously, he's not very educated on Goku feats if he doesn't think that he can breathe in space.
Has also been stated to be even faster when he's underwater, but his maximum speed has not been shown. This leaves Clockwork, Ben's Chrono Sapien form, who can slow down time to a complete halt, yet move through any terrain with ease. Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom, one of the Flash's greatest threats, also had the ability to slow down time rather than just run at super speed. With that power, the Flash has stated that even at his fastest, Zoom was still a blur. So you can imagine what the Flash might feel about seeing an entire planet of aliens doing the very same thing.
Alright. I already know that time feed's gonna come up. I mean, that's the easiest thing to debunk ever. In the fight with Goku and Hit, Goku was able to literally predict time faster than Hit could literally foresee time. And Hit was literally able to stop time. Also, he was able to break through time. He was literally able to break through the pocket dimension, the time zone, just by punching. And with the fifth dimension being the pocket dimensions, here, I'll prove it to you. What is the fifth dimension? With the fifth dimension being a theoretical, unobservable dimension beyond our familiar three-space dimensions, is a core component, a theoretical extra direction to space. So it's literally the fifth dimension is basically universal pocket dimensions, which Goku was able to break, making his universal destruction capabilities, his dimensional destruction capabilities, at least 5D, which is, honestly, I feel like, what dimensional plane is Alien X on? Alien X is... Alright, he doesn't exist on a standard dimensional plane, but I'll get to why Goku can still combat him. This does not even compare to Goku. Goku has literally tanked Existence Erasure itself in base form. That's not really a durabilities feat, honestly, rather than it's more of proof of immunity to reality manipulation, as Existence Erasure is a subtype of reality manipulation. And it's more so that rather than a feat of like defense. But Goku was able to tank his own spirit bomb that was definitely able to destroy at least the universe, because at that time Goku was commonly accepted as low multiversal, which is not true whatsoever. But even then, that's a low ball. Low multiversal is an extreme low ball for Goku. And Goku let out a full power spirit bomb at Jiren, and it was redirected at him, and he tanked it. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Also, he was able to tank multiple punches from Frieza. He was also able to tank punches from Broly. He was damaged by it, but he was not dead from punches from Broly. And Broly's punches, just by colliding fists with Vegeta, was able to shatter reality and escape a pocket dimension, literally bypassing the fifth dimension just from punches alone and raw power, which would make their power levels extremely high, which really does matter. Power levels matter extremely high because of how Dragon Ball characters work. If Dragon Ball characters have a higher power level than you, meaning if they're stronger, faster, and have more ki than you altogether, because that's how power levels are scaled, if they have a higher power level than the person they're fighting, they can just completely nullify all of their hacks and out-hacks them completely. It's super dumb, honestly, but that's just how Dragon Ball characters work. So any alien that is not physically stronger than Goku or physically faster, which none of them are, then Goku can just completely obliterate them. And also, Goku's immunity to reality manipulation would also make him at least a combatant for Alien X, a good challenge for Alien X, and I already hear the argument that Ben can just scan Goku. Goku actually has non-Saiyan forms, such as Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan God. So with those non-Saiyan forms, if Ben were to scan Goku, he would turn into a peak Saiyan, not Goku himself, meaning that Ben would not have access to Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan God. So Ben would most likely become something like a full power Broly, which we already know Goku can defeat if he were to scan Goku. So he honestly is just better with using Alien X. But even so, Goku's immunity to reality manipulation, because of his little tank of existence erasure in base form, you can argue that that is simply resistance to existence erasure or reality manipulation, but even then, in higher forms, you can't deny he would have immunity to it if he has resistance in base form, because his higher forms multiply his power level by billions. But let's keep going.
Toddler Pyronites, or baby heat blasts, can reach supernova temperatures whenever they have a tantrum, so an adult Pyronite can speak for itself. There's also Enarchy, whose body emits a constant radiation so harmful to most species that he has to stay in a full-body cage whenever he's off his home planet. Atomics can execute and manipulate an unknown powerful nuclear energy and is easily one of Ben's strongest transformations. Ben usually refrains from this form unless absolutely necessary due to its destructive nature. Moving back to previously mentioned
none of the temperature stuff or atomic bomb level stuff really matters, as I mentioned before, Goku's durability feats are absolutely ridiculous. And let's not forget never mind. I was about to say what Super Saiyan 4 Goku said, but it doesn't matter at all. But Goku did survive in a volcano and was able to withstand lava, and he was also super close to the sun in the Battle of God's Arc.
Weibig's cosmic beams can hurt living energy. There's Clockwork, who can fire time rays.
That's not really much of a feat at all, honestly. Goku has done much similar things, as he was able to completely nullify and deflect energy blasts, and it's not really much of a feat, honestly.
Which basically rapidly age whatever it targets into dust, instantly killing them. Now, even if all of that is not enough to convince you that there's more to this Omnitrix bearer than meets the eye, there's one final transformation.
Goku would speed blitz that, I forget his Clockwork before he even gets the chance to do that, as Goku has immeasurable speed. Even in the Saiyan Saga, his speed was faster than light, but whatever.
With the personalities and convince at least one of them to agree with you that it's a good idea, and then you can do it. This could lead to a disadvantage in battle, as there are times where Ben is still debating with Bellicus and Serena, so his body is completely motionless. He's still indestructible in that state though, so it doesn't exactly leave him vulnerable. It just doesn't get anything done either. There are many times where Ben has successfully used Alien X, such as his
The invulnerability feat does not matter, as Goku has Hakai, which is literally existence erasure, and as far as this guy has explained, Alien X has shown no feats of existence erasure, resistance or immunity or reality manipulation resistance or immunity at all. And Goku has literally punched an immortal god to death. And also Trunks also slashed an immortal god in half. I'm sorry, not immortal god, because Jesus is the only god, but like an immortal divine being. Trunks was able to slash that being open and they died, I'm pretty sure. I think, did Trunks kill fused Zamasu? Let's see. No. Final physical. Where would Zamasu's spirit survived and merged with the universe? So yeah, with somebody whose body was supposed to be immortal, he slashed them open and killed them with only their spirit remaining. So Goku can definitely kill immortal beings, and if he can't punch them or slash them to death, then he'll just use Hakai.
Episode where he was able to rewind time but only in a specific spot, or an Omniverse where he failed to stop the Annihilar from blowing up the universe, so he just created a new one. Yup.
Goku created a galaxy under his feet by stomping in not even his strongest form, which you can argue is a weaker feat than what Alien X did, but that is only a creation feat, and Goku has much more destructive feats that put him above other things. The reason why Goku can even interact with Alien X, however, is because he's outerversal, and any outerversal being can automatically do this. Here, I'll prove to you he's outerversal. I have stickers on TikTok.
Here's the fastest way to
prove it. Here, alright. So, where's my alt account? Alright, here. Alright. Here are all of the stickers. I will show you. Alright. Alright. Let me explain. So, the first feat that Goku performed was shaking the afterlife and threatening to destroy it with his bare fists in the Battle of Gods arc. And to prove that this is an outerversal feat, it says here the afterlife is a super dimensional space, like a 4-dimensional space, 5-dimensional space, 6-dimensional space, etc., which means it goes on for much longer. It is a plane of existence that is higher higher dimensional in the sense that it transcends the spatial and possibly temporal boundaries of the space around it. Meaning that the afterlife could possibly have an infinite amount of dimensions contained within it, and it is completely transcending the concept of dimensionality, and Goku was just literally threatening to destroy that with his bare fists just by clashing fists with Beerus, which is obviously an outerversal feat. If that's not enough proof for you, the Heavenly Realm, this is an official guidebook, by the way. The Heavenly Realm is a supernatural realm ruled by gods higher than the sky, a dimensionally transcendental heavenly country that cannot be perceived from the human realm. From the land, the gods look down upon the entire world. A dimensionally transcendental heavenly country. This means that it completely transcends the concept of dimensionality and is much higher. It is at least an outerversal place. Also, if you're saying, oh, Goku cannot exist within an outerversal space without being dead, though, here's Goku literally moving within an erased universe, an erased timeline. Basically, Zeno erased everything, the universe, from existence in one of the timelines, and here's Goku moving within empty existence. Like, there's nothing that can or will exist there, yet Goku is just moving freely within. More proof for the afterlife feat. As a higher plane of existence, the afterlife is above the other realms in the universe. The word dimension, at least in English, can also describe parallel worlds as opposed to axis and space, time and space. Only means the afterlife is physically above the other realms, but also it says that it's transcendental to dimensions. And also, that is just the definition of outerversal. You can read it if you want, but beyond reality, transcendental to dimensionality, conceptually different from space and time. Alright, but if that feat wasn't enough for you, I have more. In this shot, it says that, if you can't see it, it says that faced with the terror of Frieza, whose battle power is of a different dimension. Meaning, Frieza's battle power was so high that it transcended at least to the 4th dimension. Meaning, and if we use our context clues here, we can officially confirm that power levels in Dragon Ball can scale to dimensions within the multiverse. And obviously Goku was able to defeat Frieza in Super Saiyan. This is literally the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, by the way. Literally already making his dimensional scaling, which is basically like the dimensions he can affect with destructive power, at least 4D, which is insane, but it gets crazier. Don't you take my infinite perfect power and dismiss it. Infinite power describes infinite battle power for Cell, meaning his meaning his battle power being scaled to dimensions would be infinite D, which literally, here's literally what it is here. Infinite D. Now, you can argue that this is still within dimensionality because it is infinite and not transcending infinite. But it says here that super perfect Cell returns to Earth with power beyond his perfect form, a power equal to or even greater than that possessed by Gohan. Meaning that Cell, when he returned back to Earth, super perfect Cell was transcendental to infinite dimensions, automatically making anybody who beats him outer-versal. And Goku was more... Goku now, current Goku can absolutely... We can all agree, current Goku now can absolutely destroy Super Perfect Cell from the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. So, and because Goku is outer-versal because of all these feats, obviously, he can affect Alien X, who's on a different plane of existence and transcending dimensionality, as he has beaten foes that transcend dimensionality and able to destroy places that transcend dimensionality. Alright, let's go back to keep watching the video. I was explaining it for a while there. Oh my gosh.
Whether you're a hardcore Ben 10...
Alright.
Changing form every few. Now, it was also stated by powerful nuclear energy to voice of love fish successfully used Alien X, such as his debut episode where he was able to rewind time but only in a specific spot, or in Omniverse where he failed to stop the Annihilarch from blowing up the universe, so he just created a new one. Yup, from episode 4 of Omniverse onward, everyone and everything in the universe gets obliterated, so Alien X creates an exact duplicate. Spared for some minor changes to reality. Ben's not perfect, guys. However, Ben was actually able to bypass that and gain full control over Alien X in the episode Universe v Tennyson, where Ben is actually put on trial by all the other Celestial Sapiens for recreating the universe, as it violates the Multiverse Preservation Act. Nearly losing the trial, Ben resorts to the Tetraman Trial of Combat, and has to fight another Celestial Sapien. Ben convinces Bellicus and Serena to, quote, give him the keys to Alien X, and they could just float in the corner somewhere and argue all they want for eternity, and Ben won't bother them. And they actually agree. So Ben, as a limitless Alien X, ends up defeating the Gladiator and...
Obviously, this does not matter, as I already debunked why Goku has resistance or immunity. Resistance, at least in base form, to reality manipulation, and immunity in higher forms. And also why he's outer-versal, so he can affect Alien X.
Room made of pure kryptonite, with walls that are 50 feet thick. He could drain all of the power out of Goku until there's nothing left.
Obviously, I just explained that Goku has immunity or resistance to reality manipulation, so this will not work.
Goku and Superman are both aliens. If either of them touch the Omnitrix at any point in time during the battle, Ben could scan their DNA and transform into them. With his own costume and color scheme, of course. Superman's power comes...
Again, Ben 10 would not transform directly into Goku. Instead, he would become something more like Broly, like a perfected version of Broly, which obviously we know that Goku can easily beat now. And also, on the thing that he said... Wait, what did he say before that I was going to debunk? Oh, yeah, the fact that he already knows how to use it. Well, that doesn't really matter, as Goku Black already figured out how to use Goku's Saiyan potential and still lost. So that's not really much of a feat either.
If you remembered how I explained ultimate transformations work, Ben could scan Goku and transform into an ultimate Super Saiyan, making him the absolute fullest of a Saiyan's potential instantly.
Again, he would not have non-Saiyan forms like Goku has, so maybe Goku True Ultra Instinct could really easily beat him. it's not even a challenge because that is an angelic form. And as we know, angels are much higher in the ranking than Saiyans are in the power of Dragon Ball Z and Super. Something that I'd also like to add while editing this video is that to strengthen this claim, Goku literally to the fullest of a Saiyan's potential obviously would be like a heightened full potential version of Broly. So, but Goku has trespassed into the domain of the gods, as Vegeta said in the Tournament of Power, and the domain of the gods obviously is much higher in scaling than than Saiyans are. So it would basically just be a high-level Saiyan versus a low-tier god, which we obviously know the winner of that.
The Omnitrix has a failsafe where if Ben were ever to actually die, the Omnitrix would quickly sample through all of Ben's alien DNA and reconstruct a new body for him to inhabit.
I thought you were... Nah, I always figured the Omnitrix had a failsafe that wouldn't let me die, and sure enough, it kicked in right...
Again, this will not occur for Hakai, which is literally existence erasure. So the Omnitrix along with Ben would be deleted if Goku were to ever use Hakai on him, which obviously if it came down to it, Goku definitely would. And Goku is simply too strong. Like, he will literally leave holes within Ben's body.
When the Big Bang started,
He might even actually erase him from existence just by punching him, because he literally can punch through time.
Goku always wants to fight people at their strongest. Hell, he even gave Cell a senzu bean.
Cell's used up a lot of his energy. It's only...
Okay, let me debunk that real quick. Goku did not give Cell a senzu bean because he wanted to see him at his strongest. The planet was about to blow up and everyone was panicking because the world was going to end. Goku did not give Cell a senzu bean simply because he wanted to see him fight at his strongest. Goku gave Cell a senzu bean because he did want him to fight at his strongest, but only so Gohan can get the battle experience and push he needs to reach his full potential and beat Cell. That is not... The way he's describing it is like Goku did it for fun. No, he didn't. Alright, now I won't lie, this video was pretty easy to debunk, as Ben 10, in my opinion, from what that guy described, is universal max, and maybe on a 6D plane or 60-dimensional scaling, but infinite dimensional operation, which obviously Goku can still win. So it was really all about just Goku soloing. It was no offense to the creator, by the way. It was an extremely well made and entertaining video, certainly better edited than this video. And I appreciate everybody. No, I appreciate it if you watched to the end of this long video, and I thank you for that. If you would consider subscribing and liking the video, that'd be great. And if I missed any points or you have any other points in the comments, then be sure to do that. And thank you to Odyssey from the TikTok comments for pushing me to make this video. I'll see you guys.
I'm so egotistic. I got an ego problem. Said I'm so egotistic. She wanna ride me for that bread and I can't even get with it. I smoke my gas and my X4. No, this ain't no Civic. We all going through some shit, little nigga. So name me a nigga who isn't. I got an ego problem. Said I'm so egocentric. She wanna ride me for that bread and boy I can't even fuck. I need to roll up some, cause I'm finna throw up some. I need a bad vibe from the West Coast, come pour up some. Cup got a little bit of drink, kitty got a little bit of paint. Sax sounds so nice in the background, I'ma smoke my J.